So, I just want to say welcome you all for making it today. It's been a challenge whole week, I guess, in Austin. If you guys are from Austin, you guys got all that rain and the cold weather, right? All those crazy Austin don't know how to drive when they claim there's going to be ice on the road. So, just want to, say who I am. My name is Johan Borch. I'm the organizer for the Co-Founder Meetup. I've been doing this since 2010. And the reason we do this is to network, get startups, get investors, get developers, get people that have talents and looking for jobs. As you can see, we have actual talent dots that you guys can have in your badge that will kind of represent what you're looking for, or what you are here and what you're looking for, so that way people can approach you. So let's say I'm blue right now, and I'm looking for a developer, whatever is red. So I'll talk to everybody in red, give you a conversation. Hey, what are you developing? Because you're a developer, right? So that's the whole thing with the dots. That helps. Of course, everybody's probably looking for investors, so anybody who is green, they're probably going to talk to you, see if you have money to give to their companies that like you. I do this event with my wife, and all the awesome volunteers are back there. We have food back here, we have food back there, and drinks. Just some housekeeping. Please put your cell phone and vibrate. If you need to go to the bathroom, just go to the back where it says exit. Turn right, and then gentlemen to the left and ladies to the right, so you guys know how to get there. If you have any other questions, I guess you can ask the volunteers about it. Other things that I wanted to mention was events that we have coming up. And you probably got all that crazy emails that I've been sending about events. So the next one is, there goes the speaker. The next one is this Friday at March 13, interactive party. It's more of a networking, no speaking or speech or anything like that. So, except for a couple of sponsors, probably going to say a couple of things. We have Microsoft, IBM just came in actually as well as a sponsor, and we have a lineup of different things that we're going to be giving away. We'll have free shots from the Russian House and some food. So just try to get there early so you can get some food and snacks. We also have an event that we're doing. Oh, we didn't post it here, but it's probably on your sheet if you picked up a sheet in the front. It's called Landing a Job with Startups. And that's going to be at WeWork, which is down the street 2 blocks from here. If you guys don't know where that is, 600 Congress Avenue. And really it's more of a networking, checking out the new venue that we are actually co-working from. And if you guys are looking to hire anybody or looking for a job, come to that event. It's more of a networking. It's a cool place kind of like this. So it's great to have other entrepreneurs and startups to be there and network. And the next events we have, which is South by Southwest, is March 13th. This is something that you need a badge to attend. So if you're not attending South by Southwest because you don't have a badge, I'm sorry, but that's what they require. And that's on March 13th. I believe I sent the information about that, and also it's on our meetup. And we're gonna have one of this event at South by Southwest with 5 speakers that are gonna be basically pitching to everybody in South by Southwest. And of course, you need a badge as well. Our next co-founders is April 13th and May 11th. And when you guys were putting up your phone, if you guys don't mind tweeting TechMap or hashtag Capital Factory that you guys are here, that will help us get the word out what we're doing. We're expanding to different locations, Chicago, LA, Miami, to have events like this. It's becoming very popular. So if you guys live there or know anybody that wants to attend these events, definitely share with them. And here's our great sponsors. Pitch Deals. I don't know if Christian wants to come up and say something about Pitch Deals.
Hey guys, I'm Christian Mansiki, and I'm representing Pitch Deals. For those of you who weren't here last week on that, what we do is basically a Priceline with restaurants, and we've been sponsoring TechMap for a couple months now, and glad to be here with that. Oh, actually, also, just a little bit of shameless plugging. If there's any developers or designers looking for something, thank you. I'm gonna talk to you.
Yeah, so they're looking for more developers to hire. A profile portrait, which is actually, he's not here today. Eric, he takes our pretty cool photos. I guess he wasn't able to make it in today. South by Southwest, they're our sponsor, just we're doing the event with them, more of a partner than anything. The Austin Phoenix is a magazine, if you guys haven't read about them or heard about them, they have a cool magazine. They put events once every quarter, and they talk about startups, so you can check out their austinphoenix.com. Drew Jacomo does all the cool stuff like the hats for us, the shirts, and some shirts that we have in the front. We're gonna be giving away some t-shirts at some of the events that we're doing. And if you guys have actual business cards, I don't know how many of you have business cards here or not, but if you don't, then you can just write your name and we'll do a drawing and give away actual two things. We're giving away a shirt or a actual hat, whichever one you want to actually pick. And the other thing is we're going to give away one ticket to attend the Monday event at South by Southwest. So you get a one-day pass basically, and whatever wins will have access to attend, at least to see the co-founder event at South by Southwest at the Hilton. So just make sure you can be there. The other thing I didn't mention, on Friday when we have the event at the Russian House, we're going to give away a ticket that's worth $800 for an event that's happening in Washington, D.C. Called Mode UX. And so if you want to be in the drawing, you just have to make sure you can make it out there. And we'll have other cool stuff. I believe somebody here, Antonio, is going to be giving away 2 cool lamps that he presented last month, if you guys were here. So you guys can attend to that. And I think Microsoft said they were going to give some Microsoft phones or tablets, so I don't know if you guys use Microsoft or not, but we'll see if they bring them. Definitely, it's worth it if it's free, of course. Texas State, it's another partner that we have, and they do a lot of mentorship, where if you have a startup and you need a business plan or something, they have mentors that can assist you with that. Capital Factory, that's the location we're in, and they let us have the event here, and as well promoted for us. Angel Hack is actually, how many of you guys heard of a Startup Weekend? Okay, so it's kind of like Startup Weekend in 2 days, a lot of hacking and creating businesses. So we are doing an event with them on May 9th, and I'll be an ambassador, so they're looking for, of course, sponsors for the event. So if anybody knows anybody who wants to be a sponsor of that event, let me know. And we have RC with MWR, and I didn't put his logo in here, but I did put it on actual Meetup site.
I'm not offended. That's okay. Hi, I'm Roberto Carlos Rondero de Mosier, otherwise known as RC. I am an attorney here in Austin. Actually, we used to sponsor for months under Ram Law Firm, and our law firm actually got acquired by MWR Legal. And MWR Legal is also an entrepreneur-friendly law firm. It's been around since 1996. We continue to service the startup community, corporate, intellectual property, securities, contract. We have backgrounds from real estate to litigation, so we have a good grasp on what you guys might be facing. So if you would like to chat with me afterwards, I won't bill you for the time until you sign an engagement letter. But yeah, no, I'll be over here and happy to chat with you at some point this evening, and you can come find me. And he keeps telling me I always go over a minute, so I'm going to stop now. All right, there you go.
So I use RC for a lot of stuff, so definitely you should talk to him if you have any problems litigation-wise. But other sponsors that I actually didn't add it yet is Pitch Academy. I'm working with them on anybody that actually needs pitching for their event or maybe talking to investors. She actually is a trainer that does that. So you should check out the Pitch Academy. She's fairly fair with her fees, and I think she's coming up with a package for anybody that wants to, get better at pitching. I know I do. The other person I want to talk about is Ravi. He's a sponsor for this event. And basically, it's a sponsorship that gets him a table here and try to sell his service. So anybody that's interested in that, talk to me. He actually has a company that helps develop in PHP and stuff like that. So talk to him afterwards if you need some developers for your company and stuff like that as well. He can get you, at least get you started on that aspect. So going back to the deck, this is how the presentation format works. I'm sure you guys have been here before. How many of you are new here, by the way? Raise your hands. Okay, good. All right, so that's half the room. Come back again next time. We do have a special where if you pay for the whole year, it's cheaper than paying every time you come and enjoy the food and drinks. But if you want to pitch at our event, definitely contact us. But the pitch format is 5 minutes for presenters, 4 minutes audience questions, so you guys give them feedback. And if they're interested to be part of their team as well, let them know and talk to them afterwards. After the presentations or the presenters are done, we have to be out of this room by 9 o'clock. We usually finish around 8:20 to 8:30, and after that was networking. So you can network and talk to others. And if you don't get to get all the information from that person, or you want to meet others, most people go to the bar downstairs and talk and have more drinks. So that's another place you can guys definitely hit out. If you're looking to present your company and be up here, and you're brave enough, which everybody should be, at least try it once, send us an email, team at the Tech Map, so you can actually be a presenter, and we'll send you the information. If not, it's on our website. And here's a list of the actual presenters. First is Pete Squeeze. He's looking for investors, his website. And if you guys picked up this, you'll get information about them and follow up with them if you think that's the right company for you. There's Social Impact and Knock Knock, Aggressive, Farn, and Let Rewards. So that's the lineup, how it's gonna be. So if you don't mind, Pete Squeeze, you wanna come to the front and share your story and your company, please?
Sure. You right there.
Sure, take your time. Price is right. By the way, earlier we had a discussion about the cool graphics and website that they have. But I just wanted to share that website.
Thank you.
So here's the presentation.
Awesome. Draw on everybody. Come on, give them a hand. Give them a hand. And RC over there, he's our lawyer. You can't go wrong with the man, heart of gold. And the intellect of a shrewd, smart man. Not shrewd has a negative connotation. No, it's okay. Anyways, who's been composed all day? Do you just want to let out a yell? Should we do that first? Like a 300 Sparta kind of yell? Don't want to do that? Just to loosen up the room?
Yeah.
Okay, 1, 2, 3. Yeah! There you go. Pretend that one didn't happen. Let's try it again. 1, 2, 3. Yeah! Okay, cool. Now I can do what I do. All right, so, where are we? Putting together videos from multiple sources is difficult for most consumers. To do this, you would need a computer, editing software, some editing know-how. But most people aren't video editors, okay? That's the case. Like you, raise your hand if you're a video editor. If you have the time to put video, there you go, 3 and 50. That's right. So with Peep Squeeze, you don't have to be. I'm Dax Martinez-Vargas, CEO of Peep Squeeze, and there's a video editor. Again, most people aren't doing this, okay? But with Peep Squeeze, we've created an app that allows you to basically make videos simply with your friends. Here's how it works. You simply record yourself in under 20 seconds or less, and then you invite all your friends to do the same. And then you're done. You could perish in a volcano, hang gliding accident, but the video will still be made because Peep Squeeze automatically connects the videos on the back end. We put the videos together, we connect them into one super video, one video that's shareable, one video that's also downloadable. And while that might sound small, a downloadable video, it's actually one thing that separates us from our competition. Jumping the gun on that. And it's also an in-app purchase to actualize our sustainable freemium business model. The e-cards market, these people spend $274 million a year, and we're going to offer them Peep Squeeze as a way to take their greetings one step further into 2015, 2016, the future. And I mean, let me illustrate it for you. You wake up, you've got an email notifying you that you have a video from your friends and family wishing you a happy birthday from all around the world. That's a great video. We think that a consumer's milestone event partnered with the people they love praising them is like the perfect storm of heart and legacy to gain traction, consumer confidence, and increase the likelihood that people will actually use the in-app purchase and download the video and keep it forever. Easy breezy. All those people coming together in the room with you at the same time. You could be outdoors in a park, maybe not in a room, but you're actually feeling that love. That's just one use case. Also, you could use Peep Squeeze for a variety of other things, which we can go to in a Q&A. I'm sure each one of you is already thinking of how you could use this thing. You know, Snapchat, Vine users, they could totally use it. Our team, each one of our members has over 10 years of experience in their respective field. I've directed over 100 TV commercials, and if you know anything about directing a commercial, it's like taking an army into oblivion and you might never return, and it's someone else's money you're doing it with. Our CTO, he's built over 10 scalable apps, and scalable is important because this thing's inherently viral, the way you can invite people to add to your video, so it could catch on like wildfire tomorrow. And our COO, he has sales and marketing experience. He's my brother, and with big brands like Jack Daniels, SoCo, Tawaka. We are live now for iPhone and Android, so please download us today, leave a glowing review, and thank you so much to Capital Factory and everybody for having us speak today. Excited by everyone else and what they got to say. Thank you. Any questions? Or applause. Applause is cool too. I don't need questions. I'll let you do that.
Any questions for about Peep Squeeze? Go ahead.
Okay. Go ahead.
Okay. So I have a question.
Okay. Yeah.
Oh, go ahead.
Am I going? Is it going?
Yeah, go ahead.
Okay. So I can say I kind of see this, but I kind of feel like if it's my friend's birthday party and I really want to help him celebrate, I'm going to go out and take him to the bar. I'm going to do something for him, or I may, if I'm half world away, I'm going to send him an e-greeting. I'm going to send him a Facebook happy birthday note. What would motivate me to use this program to send a happy birthday?
Let me think about that. English is my first language.
Because if it's my birthday, then yes, it would be great for me to get an e-greeting where all my friends together wish me a happy birthday.
Right.
That'd be amazing. But I don't think any of my friends themselves individually would want to do this.
Right. I do not think every person naturally wants to do this. However, I do think there is a market of people who use e-cards, and these are the kind of people who embrace these special moments. And if we market to them effectively, they'll understand that using Peep Squeeze allows them to do something they haven't been able to do before easily. For everyone else, for the people who just like to document their life, shoot when they're out with their friends having a good time, you're out at the bar, you're out at a show for Snoop Dogg, y'all are all shooting from your phones, and we're automatically editing those videos together. Maybe one of your friends couldn't come to the show, he's studying for the LSAT, but he gets to keep up with you and watch this one stream y'all are building while he's over just
studying and hating his life. You're having a good time over at the Snoop Dogg show. Then let's say Putin's being a jerk in Crimea. What if all the people in Crimea want to band together and make a video and say, here's what's going on, check it out, people are being murdered. Whatever it is. There's so many use cases for group video. We're basically saying the editor's gone. We have a little elf in a cloud that automatically connects your videos together. So whatever you can imagine video editing to be, you can do it. So yes, the one use case I talked about maybe doesn't appeal to you, but maybe her.
Do you have a max time that a video has to be for it to be shareable? Like, can it only be 5 minutes, or does it have to be under 2? Or?
It's unlimited. You could build a 30-minute video. Yeah.
Are you going to be able to do some inline editing on your phone? Take out, trim the video at all?
One day, yes. Until then, we're hoping the people who upload the videos are sensible enough to upload what's good. And yeah.
What are we looking for?
What are we looking for?
Yeah, who are you looking for?
Who are we looking for?
Yeah, you didn't say investors or developers or...
Oh, yeah, sorry. Thank you. We are both looking for a new CTO to replace our current one who's filling in the interim, who's done a great job with his team building this thing since last year. And also, yes, investors. And users. So we are hitting the traction road hard. Yes, sir.
So I can immediately imagine a use case for me. At a party, everybody's got a phone, they're taking pictures, they're taking videos, and then it's a task going back and putting it all together, asking them to send it to you or share it with you, put it together so everybody has the whole thing,
Absolutely.
Can you combine pictures and video at this time?
One day. But photos, we're not focusing on that now, just video. But yeah, usually after an event like that, no one, everyone's got a hangover. Who's going to put the videos together? No one wants to do that. So yeah, it's considered them. Sure.
Yeah, so what he actually mentioned, like compiling a bunch of photos after the event, there's something like that. I guess what's the impetus for focusing on video and not doing both? Is there a reason that you wanted to focus on that market first?
Why we want to focus on video?
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, it just comes from me being a film guy. Like photos only sum up so many things, and most people look bad in photos because you don't have the right lighting to ever look as good as a Cosmopolitan magazine cover. So at least with video, character can come out and the personality can overpower your crappy lighting.
One more question.
Yes, sir.
Can the order of the videos be moved around at all?
One day. Right now, it's just in real time puts it together. Through our encoding and whatnot, we basically pop out
As they come.
And that's what the user sees as we.
What about music? Could you add maybe like a song, like if I wanted to do something for like a corporate event and have a song play in the background?
It's in the works too. Not today, but we will have music one day. Yes.
It's a startup.
Great question. Yes, thank you so much, everybody.
Thank you. So the next presenter, social impact. David Simmons, did you make it here tonight? This guy was driving from Louisiana, so I don't know if he's actually going to be here now or not.
I'm good.
You're here? Okay.
I took court work on the way here. No, the car's fine. I'm all right. We're good.
Yeah, I didn't see you, so I just wanted to make sure. There you go.
All right. Thank you very much, sir. All right. Anywhere particular to stand or where? Cool.
Where you want to stand, there's actually a here so you can change the actual.
Oh, cool. As you probably could have guessed, this is my first time presenting anything in the history of my life. So give me a second here. All right. My name is David, coming from New Orleans, born and raised there my entire life. Drove here 8 hours through the 19 layers of rain just to present today. Moving here to Austin this week. So it's been pretty hectic to say the least. But I want to talk to y'all a little bit about what I'm building right now, this concept, which is Social Impact Society, or SIS for short. I have this obsession. I have this obsession to solve problems. My background is in journalism. I travel the world covering a lot of stories, and doing it for so long, all you do is cover the world's problems over and over and over again, and then you want to solve them eventually. From big problems like global warming and disease and famine, different things like that, to small problems, to like how can we finally fix the plumbing without the plumber, things like that. So you see all these problems and you try to solve them, but I couldn't come to terms that these are just problems that we have just because that's the way the world works. So I started building this concept in my head, and that's when I came with this, which is a DIY community portal, which I'm really looking forward to. Now, there's no shortage of issues in the world, like I just said, so, but despite all the issues that we have, I believe that there's an answer and a solution to every problem that plagues us all, no matter how big or how small. So if you go online, you do a quick Google search, you'll find an endless ocean of solutions, nonstop. There will be 40 ways to do this and 50 ways to do this, no matter how small or big. But the problem isn't the amount of solutions that's out there. It's no lack of solutions. The problem is the lack of quality in those solutions. They're inconsistent. You can post so many things on Google, you can post so many things on YouTube, and it'll be 40, 50 clips of this and 100 pages of this. And before you know it, you're overwhelmed, and you go on page after page trying to find just one answer to the problem you're trying to solve. And before long, you're overwhelmed, you give up, like I do from time to time. So I wanted to create a portal, if you will, something that brings all answers together. And not just bring them together, but bring them in a consistent manner. And what I mean by solutions, I mean products or systems that can help you improve your life. So blueprints, if you will. Blueprints for a better life is a good tagline, I believe. So blueprints and the resources that go along with it, like the tool listings and different things like that. So I forgot that I had that. The problems, like I said, endless volume, endless location, contrary reviews, inconsistent and insincere. Resources can be incomplete and inaccurate. You might have like a list of step-by-step process to build a product, and sometimes the tools will be missing, or they'll be location-based and you don't have the right the money or the funds necessary to build it. So it's a lot of inconsistencies. What I'm doing with SIS is that I'm building a community portal where users share, evaluate, and replicate social solutions in order to improve their quality of life. And solutions could be anything like how to build a solar panel, how to build a house out of tires, how to build your own generator, how to build a heat carburetor, different things. All these ideas already exist online on the web, on Google and YouTube. There's videos, there's plenty of them. So that's what we're trying to do right here. Not only will we actually bring everything into one location, one portal, we actually want to criticize it. We want to evaluate the process. We want to have credible professionals who actually review it, who have tested it, and see that this is credible, that the step-by-step processes are great, and that the tools are accurate. We want to make it so that everything is perfect, which would streamline it, because as soon as we have any kind of product or any kind of system that is negatively reviewed, we will eliminate it from the website. That's the hope, so we can cut down on time and cut down on the endless streaming, and make sure that everything remains high quality. In terms of competitors, any information site in the world is a competitor, to be quite honest with you. But obviously Google's a big one. YouTube, there's so many videos on how to make this and how to do this on YouTube, but Pinterest is probably my biggest competitor because of the format that it is and the structure that it is. I modeled it after it slightly. And like I said, they have endless volume, there's endless locations, but at the end of the day, they do have solutions on their site, and they have the trust factor. Everyone trusts these companies. We're never going to beat them in volume. We're not trying to beat them in volume. We're trying to compete with them in terms of high quality. High quality in terms of speed, in terms of consistency and organization. And since everything is streamlined and we have like a more finite amount that is actually higher in quality, we feel like we can have the upper hand on that. So that's the point that we're trying to make with SIS. Next one. My favorite part, the part that I know least about, advertising and the revenue options. In terms of the advertising and, let's see. In terms of the advertisement, I believe the way to go in terms of advertising online, whether social networking sites, we live and die by it. So I feel like it'd be best to actually promote the content that we have and the members that we have. Actually show the users out there the problems that we're solving and the progress that we're making, the solutions that we have, as opposed to promoting the site itself. So that's what I think we should go with that. I have other options, other ideas for that. In terms of practicality for this, because I have a time limit, I will do just that one for now. In terms of revenue options, I'm really against putting ads on the site, if possible, if at all. But I do have this idea for a premium subscription that has to do with benefits such as networking and who's checking you, endless emails, things like that. All right, and moving forward, that's me. I am by myself. I do not have a technical background, if you could not have guessed that already. My background is in journalism, sociology, international relationships. I understand people, but I am looking to build a team if possible. Looking for a partner, any developers that are interested in it at all. I want to actually finalize that deal and make it become a reality here. So obviously, that's my contact info. I'm getting used to the 512 area code, so I will actually pick up for those nowadays. That's my email. So if you're interested in the project at all, just let me know. Like I said, this isn't a side project, it's an obsession right now. And no matter what, it's going to succeed. That's my point of view on it. Thank you for that, though.
Any questions? Okay, one back there.
So how would you compare this idea to something like eHow or WikiHow or some other like online how-to sort of database or amalgam of stuff like that?
Well, I do know what you're talking about with the WikiHow. I guess to say the best we can describe is that WikiHow also has the instructions step-by-steps, and it also has a couple of reviews. But I think I want to put it so that you're not searching endlessly, and they'll have comparative models. So let's say my idea was to build a solar panel, and I wanted to build a solar panel from scratch for my house. I would obviously have the step-by-step instructions that you do it, but long-term what I want to do with that is that I want to make it location-based as well, based on the user's location. If he's located from Denver, he's going to have a different set of instructions or a different set of tool lists as somebody who's in another part of the country or in another country altogether. We want to make it more personal with the user itself. And we want the reviews and the evaluations to come from credible professionals. We want it to be someone who's actually familiar with the industry or familiar with that topic. And she give you set out, see, like I've tested it based on my credentials. I know this is a success and I know that this can work. Rated. And I mean, I have a lot that I want to do with the rating system, but for now, I think that's a practical way to go about it.
So how would you get those professionals to do that? Like someone who has installed solar panels, why would they go review some instructions on how to do your own solar panels? Or a plumber, why would they go review them?
Right.
Fixing your plumbing, someone could potentially call them to do it for them, and they're almost reviewing themselves out of jobs.
Exactly, right. I knew it would come to that. my biggest factor and the reason why I started this site was I was doing a lot of research in terms of how people acted online. Different websites like a YouTube, different websites like different personal blogs and personal websites. A lot of times, the people who are putting up those instructions, who are putting up those products that probably would put themselves out of a job, a lot of times they're doing it on their own free will. They're doing it for free. YouTube was actually making, not this, but in terms of building a camera, if you will. There was a specific camera that you can build that flies up into the air, and there were camera developers who actually were showing this on YouTube. They put the instructions, put the steps, the tools you needed, and you could see that they were actually showing it and putting their job in jeopardy. But it wasn't the case. They just wanted to get it out there. I'm really basing this off of the function that it's human nature to do this, to help other people. If that was the case, it wouldn't be, open source wouldn't be an issue, different things like that. Like, I think it's natural, it's a natural progression, this way of actually sharing technology and sharing progress. I think it's just a way to go in the DIY culture. I hope that answered your question.
One more question.
So how do you, seems like getting the content is gonna be your biggest problem?
Yes.
How do you do that?
Well, I've been in talks with about 10 or 15 NGOs and nonprofits who are actually building products that they want to get out more. They're having trouble funding the project right now, and it's probably going to go under. So what they're doing right now is that they say, like, we just want the idea to get out there. We'll put instructions of how people can build it themselves. And this is, one of them is a water filter, another one is a energy storage plant. And they're basically trying to do it, they were doing it for different communities in the third world. But now that those projects are going under, they just want to put the ideas online so that it can at least help somebody who might need it. So that's initially where the content will come from. And I'm hoping that long term it will become almost a stable, so that those individuals who post blueprints or instructions on their personal blogs and YouTubes will come to our site first. That's the long term goal, so that we can actually be a model for it.
Okay, thank you. Great. You guys can actually talk to them afterwards. I wanted to mention that Lydia, one of the assistant volunteers, has a little box that if you guys want to be in the drawing, just drop all your business cards inside there. So we have the drawing at the end. If you guys need to run to the bathroom, you better make it soon, because Knock Knock is coming next. No, I'm just kidding. Knock Knock. Valerie, if you want to come up.
All right. Explain this to me. This is do, or I can do it there.
You can do it here, yes.
Okay. When does the clock start?
As I said, go ahead.
Forward is forward, like literally. Hey everybody, welcome to Knock Knock. We're going to tell you about the best roommate ever. So what is our vision besides laser cat eyes? Our vision is to aggregate everyone looking for a roommate in the same place. Pretty simple. Why do we want to do that? Let's take a peek. So let's meet Aubrey. She is 24 years old, recent college grad. She is from Philadelphia, let's say, and she just got her dream job in Austin, Texas. So she's gonna move down here. But she wants to save on rent because she's got a pile of student loans. So she's gonna be renting with roommates. So what are her options? Right now we've got word of mouth, which is not gonna do her any good because she doesn't know anyone in Austin. We've got Craigslist, the old standby, but she can't control the quality or the volume of responses to her ad. We have web apps like Roomie Match and Roomster and Matchpad and countless others, but they expect a lot of information up front. So you're putting in a lot of information about yourself and receiving a lot of information about a stranger before you even get to the meeting part. And then there are some mobile apps in that space as well, Roomie and RoomSwipe among them. But they are mostly based in San Francisco and New York City, and they focus on the property rather than the person. So, the wheel. We're not trying to reinvent the wheel. We're trying to take some things that exist in apps already that are already working in terms of a UX perspective and also functionally, and we're just trying to build on them. So mutual matching, a la Tinder, for example, that's how you control the quality and volume of your matches. And things like building social trust via Facebook connection so you can see friends of friends, things like that. So what are we doing? We're putting people first. Sasha over there loves to run, 25. We believe that it's not the amenities or the location or the apartment that makes a good roommate partnership. No one ever broke up with their roommate over like a lack of a dishwasher. It's about the people, so we're putting them first. And we're working with deal breakers. So we want to know what you absolutely can't stand, because a lot of the time it's easier to articulate what you don't want rather than what you do. And we're just taking the basic information up front. So we don't want to know everything about you forever. We want you to be able to press things instead of typing them manually, and we just want to make it easy. And where does that bring us? To a roommate match. So this is not like the end, this is the beginning. You meet in person, you meet quickly, and then you take it from there. So what's our target market? It's pretty huge. We're looking at 80 million millennials, 21.5 million are renting, and 5.8 million are renting with roommates. What does that mean to you? That means 100 of your friends rent, variable by age. Sorry, folks. 27 of those are renting with roommates, and 1 is relocating every month. 1 that you may know, that handsome man.
Hey, who's that guy?
Who is that? I don't know. That's an old photo, dude.
4 years ago, man.
Heyo. So, sorry, so cruel. This is supposed to be fun, you guys. So this is a screenshot of the UT Austin Sublets and Roommate Finder, which is just a page that exists in the world that's not really affiliated with anything. It's just a place where people can post roommate listings. So we're looking at almost 8,500 members and posts that are updated daily. So the demand is there, and we're just talking UT Austin. This doesn't even begin to cover the millennials who are in the professional sector. So how are we going to find these people? We're going to get out there on the street, meet them face to face, have them try the app. We have a little demo version that we can show you guys later, and just talk to them about what their needs are and what they're looking for in a roommate and a roommate app, and also social media. But we don't want to be another cookie cutter roommate app with like the stock photos and the boring stuff and like the roommate meme tweets. Like, we don't want that. We have more personality than that, hopefully you can tell. And we just want to show that we're a fun, sort of brand-driven company. So, and then down the line, once we get like an initial user base, we're going to do live events. So overnight sleepovers and pool parties and things that are bringing people together, but also communicating something about like our fun brand. So that brings us to everyone's favorite slide, monetization. Initially, obviously, our goal is viral user acquisition. We want as large a user pool as possible, but then we want to suck all their money out of them, just a little bit. So users, we can do in-app purchases like background checks, which are a big concern for people looking for people to rent with. And then we're looking towards leasing agents as well. Their main concern is turnover. So when you don't have good access to a huge pool of tenants, it's easy to just take whatever comes, and then you're going to experience turnover, which is very costly. We're looking at like $1,000 to $4,000 per tenant per year in some cases. So we're connecting them with good roommate partnerships and good individual roommates as well. And then way down the line, in terms of keeping users engaged for the long term, once they've found that perfect roommate, they're going to come back and do in-app bill pay. So you have everything that's associated with renting. You've got your actual rent. Thank you. You've got your your TV, your utilities, everything in one place, and we charge a service fee. And that, my friends, is Knock Knock. You can contact us. You can find us online. Please share your feedback, ideas, et cetera, et cetera. We are two of us. Avi is the development muscle, and I am the design and pitching and weird muscle. And we're looking for some cash money, as you do. And we're also looking for app testers. So that's it. Thanks, you guys.
Any questions?
Yeah, wait, I need that. I don't need this. Maybe I do need this.
Maybe you do.
Sorry, you guys, I forgot about the format. Any questions? Like any at all? Personal questions? 5'2", 125, size 6 shoe.
There we go.
There we are.
So in terms of your distribution strategy, can you talk about that again? How you plan to, let's say, you get your first 100,000 people?
Sure. So distribution strategy, how we plan to do that. So initially, we want to do a beta test in Austin because this spot isn't actually getting a lot of attention. A lot of these apps are launching in SF and New York just because of the concentration of people. But we've got 100 new people every day here, and we have like a very active like Texas Pride media situation thing going on. So we're going to reach out to people individually, like on the street. But we also want to rope the media in and be like, listen, this is a Texas-based startup. Like, we're launching here. Help us get this out there. And to have fun events like that will help spread that word.
So I have a question.
Yes.
I'm wondering, how are you guys going to deal with the issues that Uber's having, where you have people pick you up and, I mean, you hear stuff in the news, either getting raped or stuff. I mean, how are you going to meet people online and you're not going to have that issue? How are you guys going to qualify the individuals?
Sure. So that's where the mutual matching comes in. So let's say it's Avi and I. I'm like, yes, I want to meet Avi. And Avi says, yes, I want to meet Val. And then you meet, you exercise like good person judgment, and you meet like in a well-lighted place in the daytime. You have like a brief meeting, and then you go from there. So you're not like agreeing to like jump into a housing agreement with them. You're just like, all I want to do is meet you.
Also, like different, like using like the mutual friends aspect of it by using like friends of friends from like Facebook, and the other thing would be like doing the background checks as part of that. So that would like help vet some of the issues that an app like that might face.
I guess that's a question. How are you guys doing the background check? Are you guys doing it yourself, or is that something I need to do myself? Or how does that work?
You can always do it yourself, but we will offer it as an in-app purchase. So that's a way for us to make some revenue and for people to sort of take that extra next step if they want to background check you. Yes?
It's your presumption that one of the two roommates would already have a place that they're trying to sublet or have to get a roommate for to move in with them?
Okay, so the question is, do we presume that one person will have a place already and is looking for another person to move in with them? So we have a flow for both scenarios. So you can use the app if you have a place and you need to fill a vacancy, or if you're a person looking for another person to either then look for a place or like whatever your situation is, we've got you. But initially you start by just identifying, do you want a place or do you have a place? But you still have access to all the other users.
So is it in your plan to, once the roommates have found each other and now they need to find a place, to help them also find a place to rent?
Yes, so that's the connection with the leasing agents. And there can also be an opt-out, which would be paid if you don't want to be contacted by someone who represents a leasing agency and has a property for you. Then you pay like, you know, a slight premium, not like background check style, but a slight.
Okay, thank you.
Anybody else? Yeah?
One more question.
Ooh.
How did you come up with the idea? Did you try all the other options and you were not satisfied? Like what was that one thing that told you, I'm not satisfied, I need to build something else?
Cool, that's a great question. So how did we come up with this idea? I moved to Austin about 4 months ago, and I got really, really lucky with roommates. So roommates were not the issue, but finding them was the worst, because I just had to look everywhere. There literally was no one place. And I said, why is there no one place? And then I was like, oh, maybe I should make one. That was pretty much it.
And you tried all the other options that you put up?
I haven't tried all the other options as like a real user. I've tried them as a fake user because I don't actually need to move anywhere, and some of them are offered in places where I'm physically not. So we have a sense, like we've been doing testing on our own as fake creeper users. We have a sense of what each app does.
Okay, that was great.
Thanks, you guys.
Actually, she did a startup weekend and she got some of that stuff done there. So it's a great event to attend if you want to start an idea and connect with others as well. So the next one is Ingressive. Oh, by the way, I still have the box here for the raffle, so if you guys still want to drop your business card, we'll, you know, you can come to the front at the end and we'll go through there. Here's the mic. Just does it work?
I got it, yeah. Okay, my presentation isn't as pretty, but I will make up for it in vivaciousness. Okay, so I founded Ingressive. We are an impact facilitation firm that connects vetted African, sub-Saharan specifically businesses with global investors. And why do we do this? Because African entrepreneurs are totally underbanked. It's not that there isn't money in Africa, despite popular belief. Africa has the fastest growing economies, the fastest growing consumer market, or consumer market or middle classes in Africa right now. The highest projected, or IMF's highest projected annualized CAGR is in Africa out of all of the emerging markets. So there's money. Nigeria is the wealthiest black nation in the world. There's a lot going on in Africa right now, but the problem is underbanked entrepreneurs. And why are they underbanked? Well, because first of all, you can't get a loan because it's like a 25% minimum interest rate. In addition to that, the banking system is totally nepotistic. Like unless you have a cousin who works at a bank or something like that, you just can't get a loan. And then what's more, they don't have, in Africa, sub-Saharan Africa specifically, they don't have the whole, like American dream. Like if you have a great idea, somebody with lots of money will come over and fund it. They're like, no, you don't have any money. Like you probably don't have money for a reason. It's not that society. So our solution to this is to connect the global investors, the people who really believe in ideas and funding ideas and understand the high growth opportunities that are in Africa right now, connecting them with these vetted sub-Saharan opportunities. Okay, so how do we do this? So we have recruiters all across the sub-Saharan, well, not all across the sub-Saharan, in seven countries. So Nigeria, South Africa, Ghana, Kenya, Mozambique, Madagascar, and Ghana. I don't think I said that. I heard maybe I didn't. Nigeria, if I didn't say that. Whatever. Okay, so seven sub-Saharan countries. And we we've connected with incubators, the top incubators in the country, the top accelerators, the top co-working spaces, and as well as the recruiters, and we have them source opportunities and send them to us onto our platform, so they're pre-vetted. So the whole issue of, well, I don't know what I'm doing with Africa, like I'm not engaging with them, like how do you trust them? Well, we have partnerships with these people, these globally minded people that are tapped in to the Google for Entrepreneurs, Microsoft, etc., all these different organizations. We work with them, and then we get these opportunities onto our platform, and we do, so this is a little cycle of how it works, and we do the second round of diligence, and that's, we require everything from advisor references to their financial statements to their business plans to all of the different information on the company. And then we send this information out to our network of investors, so we're always actively adding interested in global investors into our network. And we add them, or we send the initial profile of the company out to the investors we're working with, and if there's an interest, then we onboard the company and accept an initial engagement fee. And what we are right now is a database of vetted African opportunities and international investors, and we're manually doing the deal source or the deal connecting. And so what I'm looking for, what we aspire to become, is something of a crowdfunding platform. So something that where there's some sort of algorithm that connects these opportunities independent of mine or our teams saying, oh, that person likes this specific opportunity and this African business is this specific opportunity, let's create the introduction. So something of like somebody who can help us define our sourcing and vetting process, and somebody with a coding crowdfunding background if possible. Yes, and then so this is where, well, this is a little bit older. We've added some companies to this network now, but this is some of the companies that we've vetted. And then this is our team. So we have, it's me, Eric Han out of New York City, and Jenny. And then this is our advisor list. So we have, it's obviously we're working in a lot of different sectors. So we have a lot of advisors from a lot of different sectors. And everything from the managing director of Deutsche Bank to specialized people from like Pfizer and blah, blah, blah. Okay, and this is so we have an office in Yaba. So aside from our sourcing partners that we have on the ground, we are in Yaba, which is like the Silicon Valley of Nigeria. And we have, this is our team that we have there, and I'm including myself on there because I'm there a lot. Yeah, and that is everything. And how we monetize, so we accept an initial engagement fee, and then in addition to that, a contingency fee when deals are successfully closed. And an idea of starting this crowdfunding platform, that's something to be realized. And then also what we're leading in the next, so in September there is an entrepreneurship showcase for all of the top technology companies in sub-Saharan Africa, and we're bringing some of the interested investors that we have here in the US to that event in Lagos to participate, and that is how we will monetize also. The end.
Any questions?
No questions? Oh, question.
Yeah, how big of a do you guys do?
So we don't do microfinance. We're definitely, I mean, it's like exactly the same as the tech community here. Everything from like 100,000 seed stage and like very beginning of Series A. So like everything from like 100,000 to our biggest project is like a few like low millions.
Yes. Two questions. One is, I guess, are there language barriers, or most people speak English? Okay, and then number two is...
And can I elaborate on that a little bit?
Sure.
Okay, so I mean, the people who are involved in the startup community are globally minded already. So like the people who are like coders or developing this technology, like if you're in the structured school system in like any sub-Saharan country, they teach you English from primary school. So like you're gonna already have known that, along with coding, which is now in addition to entrepreneurship classes, which is essential from like primary school onwards. So like I was just in Lagos in South Africa in December and January, and I didn't speak Yoruba or Xhosa at all. It was all like English.
And the second question is what types of companies do you see most frequently over there?
The same ones that we have here. So the thing about Africa is that it's like emerging and there's no real infrastructure. So the biggest problem, the problem that we're trying to solve, I guess I didn't really explain that thoroughly, is like underbanked society. So yeah, you can't get access to loans, blah, 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 but also the biggest problem is that there is no developed infrastructure. So here, if you create an idea, you can go to like an entrepreneurship organization, or you can you can go to some classes that will teach you basic business accounting and blah, blah, blah. But in Africa at large, there isn't that community, so everyone's pioneering their respective spaces, like technology and like what we consider like the norm, the tech startups and the farm to table fresh delivery and blah, blah, blah. The market there is booming, and there's a huge demand for it, but nobody's ever done it before. 10 years ago, it looked completely different, and there wasn't the wealth and the access that there is now. So, did that just answer your question? I think I went on a tangent, but...
One more question.
Oh, as in it's almost done? Oh.
Can you speak to any auditing that you provide, that you bring to the table, or accounting that you bring to the table for the vetting process?
Yes. Okay. So with the companies that we're representing, since we're primarily in the startup space, it's not really like the 3 years that you would need for like a legit audit. Though we do have an official partnership with Ladless Prints and a few on the ground, and also KPMG for our bigger projects. But that's like $250 million, and we don't have any $250 million projects. We're just not there yet. So what we do now is refer. So we source and vet all this information ourselves. So as far as they'll send us their incorporation information, and then we'll go check with whatever ministry or whatever official documenting entity is in that country, or whatever in the respective country, or they'll send us banking account information, and we'll just make sure that they're registered with that bank. So there's only so much that we can do initially, but as far as the projects that we're working for, one company that I guess we're working with 2 companies that have been around longer than 3 years, and we refer them to third-party auditing, and they have to cover those costs themselves.
That was great. That was the last question, sorry. Definitely talk to them to get more information about what's going on over there. Great stuff in Africa. Next person is Jerome. Barnes. I don't know if I said that correctly. Answer. Okay. Sorry. My English is not my first language. I must say it's a second language. So, yes.
Hello, my name is Jerome Howard, and I am the founder of Fanzer.com. So, Fanzer is a music distribution platform for artists and fans built on powerful analytics. So you can compare us, or you can say that we are a SoundCloud on steroids for analytics. So right now, a lot of the solutions that are out there, they provide the users with people, or the artists with who's listening to their music. Only SoundCloud is doing it right now, and just maybe a few others. But we are basically built on powerful analytics for the artists and independent artists, especially independent artists. So what the problem is right now is that there are a bunch of data gatekeepers. So you have your big companies that have artists going to their music or going to their sites and uploading music, but they retain all of the information that the artists bring to the sites. So say, for instance, I was an artist on iTunes. Anyone that purchased my song, I don't know who purchased that song. I don't know where they came from. I just know that I get a certain percentage of what that sale is. So what we're trying to do is provide the artists with all of that data so that they can make better decisions on their investments, where their fans are actually coming from. So like I said, these are some of the problems: the data gatekeepers, the lost revenues, because they don't know who's buying their music or where their people are coming from. They can't upsell them. They can't sell their merchandise. They don't know where to perform these live shows. So we found that artists really, really want their data, and that can be a powerful tool for them. So our business model, we're built for advertisement and featured listings, subscriptions, user uploads, and then the analytic data. So those are our models of revenue streams. And this is going a lot faster than what I thought it would be. So what we're looking for, a CTO. Right now I'm doing everything by myself. And we're looking for developers to help scale this experience, business, sales, people that have been in the market, the music industry, so artist advertisement or artist management experience. And we're also looking for seed investment. My name is Jerome Howard. I graduated from Georgia Tech with an electrical engineering degree, but I've also been a DJ for over 10 years. And I've worked with some of the biggest artists you can think of. And I have a lot of experience with the independent artists that are in the music industry. And what I've seen is that most of these artists spend a lot of money on their music, on their advertisement, on their promotional stuff, but after it leaves their hand, they don't really know what happens to that music, or they don't really know what happened to that data. So what we're trying to do is retain all of that information so the artists can have a better return on their investment and actually know where the people are coming from, how can they get money in those popular cities, and how can they grow their business. Because being an artist, especially an independent artist, is a business. So these are the ways that you can contact me. I probably have like 5.5 minutes left now. But if you have any questions, please feel free to ask me.
Questions? Yeah, anybody has questions about?
Yes.
So where do you get the data? Is this like a platform for me to sell my MP3s and merchandise, or
correct? So
does it hook into iTunes somehow?
No. So what we have developed is a platform for artists to upload their music. So just like you would do with iTunes, you would share out your link, you would advertise this link to your fans or to the people that are listening to your music. And once all of that traffic comes in, we capture that information so that then we can tell you where those exact listens are coming from, and then we gather the local businesses or the local venues in that area, show you where you can perform at. If those people that are following you or if your fans follow you on the site, then you have access to their email, you have access to their push messaging, so that now you can send them direct message instead of just sending some weird link out on Twitter. So you have direct communication with your fans. So it is an individual platform where artists will come and upload their music. And we are building a mobile option right now. Do you still have questions there?
No, that was my question.
Awesome.
From what I can gather, you need people in those cities though to help get that artist set up and advertised, right?
So not necessarily. So the first issue is that they don't know where that city is. So by the listener coming in, now we know where that city is, so the artist can actually go to that city and do more advertising for themselves. So we don't necessarily have to do it for them, but we're telling them where it is.
More money's in that.
Say that again?
It seems to me that more money is in that latter.
Maybe. We may need to work that out some type of way.
So it seems to me that I like your idea. The idea that you want to give artists better analytics to tell them who is a fan of my music and where do they live.
Right.
So I can target them better
Right.
for future gigs, so the merchandise, etc. But on the product side, it looks like you're basically rebuilding iTunes, you're rebuilding SoundCloud, and as in adding analytics.
Exactly.
But then how do you get people to move on to your stuff when it's already something that's almost as good?
So the bigger piece is it's a little bit education, because right now artists are getting robbed and they don't even know it. So having that example of showing people what they can do with this actual data, because if you go on SoundCloud right now and you post your music, and if you're doing it for free, which most SoundCloud users are, you don't get those analytics. But even if you did post your music, the only thing that you would see is the amount of plays that you have, or the number of times people have visited your music. that does nothing for you. So if we can describe to artists how they can use that information and show them how they can combine that data, then it should be a little bit easier. But I think that's all going to go into marketing, which I don't have a background in, to show the people how they can use this data and how it will help them.
One more question.
Do you know, to your knowledge right now, like, let's say I am iTunes and I'm a bigger artist, like Taylor Swift or something like that, I don't know who's cool right now, but even, you know, if they're bigger, do they have access to any of this stuff? Can they purchase it from iTunes right now currently? Or
Currently? No.
Yeah. So they can't see anything. Like, if I'm a record label, I can't see who's buying my stuff.
So there was an article that just came out that iTunes is getting ready to provide that information. But a lot of people have pulled their music off of iTunes because of that reason. Right now, a lot of artists have built their own website because they're just getting up on this knowledge. And but that's really for the bigger artists. And that's the route they're going down because they understand that data is a lot more important. So. Yeah, so.
Yeah, sorry
Great.
to answer that right.
Oh, no problem, no problem.
That's great.
Awesome.
Sorry that I pushed the company name. And last but not least, the reward. Okay, count it down. So here you go, there's a clicker and here's the mic.
Awesome.
No, actually, just for a second, before I get started,
Was anybody else besides Val and I at Startup Weekend? Anybody? Anybody? Come on, raise your hands. You know, I got my little headband. We did it. We made it. Awesome. I just had to bring in a little bit of that because I'm the last one here, and I know you guys are the best group of people in this city that you make it here on a Monday night and listening to all of us. So, round of applause for you guys. I am Karen Bergman. I'm here with Let Rewards, and we are building trust with a unified review system in the shared and rental economy. So you guys are all familiar with how big and fast and explosive and renowned the shared economy is coming. I'm sure many of you have rented at some point in your life something, and what we are trying to do is solve this problem. Currently, you as a renter or share user, there's no way for you, for a property owner to endorse you on the fact that you're a valued renter with them that can be referenced by other property owners. So you have no control when you go from an Uber to an Airbnb to an apartment to a house that anyone knew. You had to start at square one every single time that you go to all of those places when you get reviewed. So we created the solution, the tool for users to create a rental and share using resume over time. Now, why would you do this? Because we're gonna incentivize you to use it through retail rewards for both the renter and for the property owners to get involved and start this rating and review system of each other. And this is a quick pic of what our website looks right now. And this is the vision of the profile page that we want to create. So you can see up here, there's the person, they've got a 4.7 grade, they've got a resume that's building on here. You can scale it up to any one of these number of categories of rentals. And the basis of this review system is not open commentary. I don't want to read any more about how so-and-so liked so-and-so about such and such. I just want to know, did you pay on time? Did you leave it clean? Did you leave it undamaged? Did you follow the policy? If you did all of those things, you're a 5-star renter. You are a valued renter. And any property owner would say that. Do we have competition out there? Yes. So there's tenant verification, rental history reports, tenant reputations. Of course, currently property owners are using the credit rating systems, but what they're doing is they're focusing on eliminating bad renters. And we want to approach the entire thing from another solution. We want to help showcase who the good renters and users are. And this is again how we're different. We're bringing in a whole new element into the equation of this relationship. We're bringing in the retailer. So often people are kind of avoiding having the retailers on their sites, and thus it kind of hurts a little bit of the monetization. This is where we're going to really be able to quickly monetize, is because think Groupon. We are able to immediately, when somebody goes on the site and gets that rating, say, awesome, you're a great renter. Now, what kind of reward do you want? Do you want a $50 gift certificate to Whole Foods? Would you like 20% off your next Ashley's Furniture couch? Great, thank you so much as a property owner for registering with their site, for doing that rating. Do you need some hard money lending from Stallion Funding? Do you need somebody to help you with some ABC pest control, or somebody to help you at your next rehab at the Roto-Rooter? So we have those targeted retailers that come and help the property owners as well. Now, when I was doing validation for this, I talked to a lot of property owners. I myself am involved in a passive income group with Fortune Builders, and definitely validated it that way. We talked to renters on the streets during startup weekend, and the response to say, really? I could get a reward, like more than just my deposit back when I'm at the end of my relationship? That sounds pretty cool. So 90% were very much going, yes, that sounds awesome. I've been talking to industry experts that have had 30 years of experience in the industry. Thank you to, there you go, connections that you needed, these type of things. But the really great thing is after startup weekend, this magazine article came out from Time. And it's called Strangers Crashed My Car, Ate My Food, Wore My Pants, Tales from the Sharing Economy. And as you can see, you recognize some of these logos of different shared economy places. Well, this is where we want to be. If you want to be a part of the shared economy, we want to be there too. But we don't want to compete with all of these guys. We want to partner with all of these guys and be a tool that they use.
1 minute.
So this is our revenue model. We can get money from 3 different ways. First, from property owners, we can charge them a fee when they've done a rehab in an area and they say, you know what, within the 50-mile radius of my new rehab, I want to market to Let Reward users. So we charge them a fee for that data. And from retailers, again, think the Groupon model, they have retail for advertising space and then through affiliate click-through or commissions. I mean, currently Groupon does 50%. We can easily do 25% and take that market. We have a plan for our scaling up. When we start off, we're thinking about going into campus initiatives. American Campus, it alone has 128,000 beds across the country. Over 4,000 here just in the Austin area. If we got 10% of that market, we'd be well over 1,000. And then we'd scale up to other categories over time in 1 year. And we're looking for developers, we're looking for investors, and we're looking to really create that vision of that rental resume. And like us on Facebook. We're up on Facebook.
Any questions?
Do you see the vision?
Any property owners here?
Yes.
I'm sure you can compare this to Bazaar Voice.
Ooh, Bazaar Voice.
Yeah, what's
How do you compare that to Bazaar Voice? As just a marketing of it?
Was a centralized review system for products.
Okay, in the sense of you're reviewing products, okay.
People, what can we learn from that? This is a question not to you, but
sure.
Anybody. What can you learn from Bazaar Voice that can be applied to this problem?
You think of any question you might get, and that is not one that I thought of. So I love that though, because I'm going to go back and I'm going to research that question. This is why I'm here.
Question back there.
Anybody have any thoughts on that?
Yeah.
Do I?
Yeah.
My immediate worry is Bazaar Voice happened so many years ago. We kind of reinventing the wheel with a different target.
Mm-hmm.
Has something changed? Will the same rules, the same principles, the same experiences apply here? As you all know, Bazaar Voice did very well. Very successful company. Has been very useful to e-commerce,
I like to be compared to somebody that did very well, so that's good. I'm going to ask this.
He's got to
Oh.
Yeah, it's our voice is repeatable products. So we don't have it for people to see. These are very unique products, the way I see it.
Thank you.
I don't know how to answer, I'm just giving you an observation for it.
Yes.
I was going to ask about, is there any sort of moderation feature so that somebody puts a review on there and says, and the other person says, I never, did anything with that person.
So a property owner has to go on and actually register. So they would, as a property owner, either have a tax ID number or a social security number. And then the nice thing is, when you're a renter and you control this, or a user and you control this, you're asking to be reviewed by that person.
Okay.
And so it's not something that is happening, like, this is how it's a great social development. As this evolves, the people that are on it want to be on it. It kind of creates a sort of an exclusive club, an elite club, you might say. And if you're not on it, why not? Kind of you are not a bad renter if you're not on it, but you're not in it. And so the question becomes, why don't you start allow yourself to get reviewed, which forces you to behave better as a renter. To say, you know what, I am gonna clean the place when I leave. I'm gonna make sure that, my brother-in-law doesn't come in and punch holes in the walls. I'm gonna make sure that, my kids don't paint it red and black in their dark phase. Those kinds of things, because it isn't my property, it's somebody else's property.
One more question.
Sure. Yes.
When you did market validation, did you approach just individuals, or did you actually go to like an Uber or an Airbnb and they say, hey, we'll endorse you, or you can use our API, or what?
So at this point, in the validation that I've done, it's the largest, perspective of that has been with an industry professional, and he could talk to the opinions of American Campus and some of those larger organizations. I have been resistant to immediately just head into the door of HomeAway and say, what do you think of this? Because of just getting gobbled up. But that is something I want to do once I have a minimum viable product that I can get those first 1,000 users on. That's where I want to have that conversation. But I do know it's great to be part of the startup community, because there are people that I know who work at HomeAway, and but that I can trust, that I can talk to. And I actually just met somebody who is doing the training for drivers on Uber, and we're going to have a meeting in this next week, but I'm going to be probably a little bit less overt as to what I'm creating. So yes, you kind of have to be careful a little bit on that. But I'm in the works on validating with that.
Sounds good. Everybody, that was great.
Thank you.
I must say my feedback on that one is I have properties and I hate renters, so I don't But anyways, we'll do the drawings now. Just want to make sure I got everybody's business cards up here. If you don't have it in here, just come up here and then drop it off. Just give us a few minutes, guys. Thanks for being patient. I know some of you have to run to the bathroom. And just to show you guys the tech map, if you guys don't have an account here, you're missing out on all the free stuff that we do in events. So that's fine. I'm not gonna pull the thing out, so I'll get somebody to do it. Who wants to volunteer to come out and do the drawing? You have to close your eyes though. Anybody? Anybody? Come on. I have to pick somebody. Come on, close your eyes. Go. Okay, P-Squeeze. You get a shirt or a hat. So go ahead and go to the back and pick one. And this is the, yeah, that's you, Dan. The next one is going to be for Monday, so you just have to make sure if you win that you can attend the Co-Founder at South by Southwest. It's just a one-day pass, and we'll just put you on the list so you can just register, and they'll give you a sticker so you can attend the whole day or just check out our event. So make sure that you guys can be there. Go ahead and pull another. Well, I don't know if I can read this one. It's clear. Ray? Oh, okay, Ray. We'll talk later and I'll get you. Are you going to South by Southwest already? Okay, great. All right, guys, so right now this is pretty much the end of the event. I'll put some music on. We're here till 9 o'clock. There's a lot of food here and drinks. I don't want to take all this home, so please help me eat. Take some with you. I don't know, whatever you want to feed, maybe for tomorrow. But just please help us. Just go ahead and network now. Thank you.